Hello. Today I will talk about some of the underlying issues that make us feel anger, and of course, I will give some tips on how to deal with that and even overcome it, as I am sure it is so frustrating for a lot of you. Bursting in anger against a loved one, from our family or friends or even a partner, this could leave us guilty and really pissed off with ourselves and even more frustrated. Before I continue, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press the bell button so you can get notifications once I upload a new video, and I do that usually every week. So let us now start by looking at the root causes of anger. Important to mention that anger in itself is not an emotion, it is a result. So when I work with someone on anger, and we ask the mind, why is she or he angry? It is always about a certain feeling that this person just felt right before being angry. A lot of my clients say we felt powerless, we felt hurt, helpless. This is just the feeling right before feeling angry, not in control, etc. In other terms, when you cannot express an emotion that you have felt, this triggers anger. It is exactly like fear. Fear is just a reaction to an emotional response that we are feeling. So the emotion felt right before the anger, or the emotion behind the anger reaction, is actually the only one that needs to be addressed. The anger is just a result. Other feelings behind anger is the pressure. This is a very main source of anger. The pressure at work, the pressure to provide well for a family, the pressure to be at your best. So you become angry as you might be feeling unworthy, not capable, not good enough, not up to it. And anger becomes like a coping mechanism. Anger can be a way as well to push away what we want the most. Again, because we feel unworthy or undeserving of what we want. In the love department, and this is very important, anger is a self-sabotage technique that is used unconsciously to push away the only person that we ever wanted, just because we think we don't deserve this person or we are not lovable. In some cases, anger, of course, is necessary, like when we are trying to protect a child or a dependent person on us, or establish our territory. It is rooted in our DNA. Sometimes it is a normal, natural reaction as well. However, when anger becomes repetitive and explosive, out of control, hurtful, then this is something that needs to be addressed, and quickly, because it can escalate. It really can do a lot of damages. In some cases, many of us have made an unconscious positive association with anger. And what I mean by saying here is that our anger actually starts to serve us in a positive way. Yet, be aware, this is very deep-seated, unconscious way. Let me tell you how. Have you ever noticed how easy to say no or set a boundary when you are actually really upset and pissed off? As when you are really calm and in a relaxed state, it's much more challenging to establish your boundaries. It becomes very difficult. Now, anger outbursts are often an end result of boundaries being overstepped on a regular basis, and this is the very common thing that we encounter. For many of my clients, anger is their way of reclaiming back their power, but in a very unhealthy way. Those persons were suppressed in their childhood. They didn't have a say. They may have come as well from abusive, controlling family. And when they grow up, this little child in them still thinks that she or he is dependent, powerless, helpless, and they are not really used to voice out their opinion. So as an adult, they become angry because they carry with them the same feeling of being powerless and helplessness. As you see it, It might seem complicated, but when I ask my clients to parent themselves, and when we reframe those beliefs, magic happens, believe me. They understand that they are now free, independent adults, and there is certainly no need to hold anything they want to say or feel or express. They are not a child anymore. Only then they understand that anger is not needed anymore. Even at work, when we are not heard, not valued, when our opinion doesn't really count and is always overruled, this can trigger anger as well, of course. Unfortunately, although anger can be a steam releaser, because it is, but in the same time, it ruins relationships, not just with others, but actually with yourself too, because you become so angry that you hate yourself. And when you are dealing with a lot of anger, it is quite impossible to be happy. Again, not only in general, but also with yourself, your life, your career, your personal life. When we are angry, it is that powerful that it would be hard to feel any gratitude, to see any positivity that we actually have in our lives. We're too busy being angry. When we are angry, it is like a curtain that covers our eyes and we cannot see anything except pain. And as we are creatures of habit, this is important, we are creatures of habit. We become addicted to that feeling. And we think actually that we are happy this way. Beware of the association you make with this anger. Anger is something you can be copying as well from the authority figures in your life. This is what you know. This is what you have learned. You become what you learn. If you grew up with an angry father, you think this is the right way to do it, and you become angry with your children as well. You are what you live. And when you understand that consciously, only then you can make a conscious decision to change all of this. If you feel like a victim and you use your anger to be strong, if you demand respect and control through the anger, unfortunately, with these patterns, you cannot go far at all, actually. And as I am a hypnotherapist and I encounter a lot of clients as well with anger, those clients, their anger was stemmed from programming as well that took place while in the womb. But I'm not going to go far in the explanation regarding that one now because it needs a special chapter on its own. Now let us see how to deal with this anger that we feel. Firstly, do not fight it. Like any other emotion, otherwise this energy gets stuck in you. And this, it can damage. And the damages can be big. When the anger surfaces, be okay with the fact that you are feeling angry. Acknowledge the feeling and be okay with it. I am aware as well of the fact that people might cause you to feel ashamed or guilty when you express your anger, and this is common. And this makes this explosive emotion even more unpleasant. So it is almost as if you are having a double bad experience, unfortunately, here. You are angry because of certain current circumstances that pissed you off, but also it is, like digging up and waking up old wounds and pain that you are simultaneously trying to fight. When you feel the anger, you might even feel a deep sense of sadness because your subconscious might reveal to you what is behind the anger. As hard as it is, do not use anger to reclaim your sense of inner power and confidence, because this is only a false sense of confidence. The more anger you hold, the more unresolved issues and pain you are holding. I hope this is clear. After accepting this feeling of anger and understanding a bit the reason behind it, it is imperative to set your personal boundaries. But you need to inform others of those settings, as you cannot expect them to know your new rules if not communicated well. I invite you to write at least 5 important boundaries for you. Look at the list frequently. Let it sink in and repeat to yourself what you want, what you require. Read those boundaries and let them be as clear as possible, because the mind learns by repetition. Remember that. The mind learns by repetition. And the mind needs direct, clear, explicit information to help you. And please always remember, you are worth of self-respect, and boundary setting is the only way to get this worth back. I will do a special video here about the brainwaves, our brainwaves, and how by knowing each and every particular brainwave, what it serves, and how to reach it, we can actually have so much control on our feelings and reactions. So in the case of anger, there is a breathing exercise that will take you immediately to your alpha brainwaves, which is the mental coordination for calmness. Alpha brainwaves are the same brainwaves attended during meditation. It is, when you come back to the now, exactly what the meditation, as I said, helps us achieve. And when we are in the now, we do not dwell on old painful experiences. So you need to breathe in from the mouth, hold it in, and breathe out from the nose 10 times. As you get to the 10th time, inhale from the mouth as deep as you can and hold it in until you actually feel your ribcage automatically deflating without you exhaling. When you feel that, only then you can exhale. You might feel a little bit dizzy, but this is very normal, or lightheaded. All this is just to calm the anger. But remember, anger is the expression of an unresolved issue. It's not an issue itself. So you need to address the issue itself, to have the quality of life and happiness that you deserve. I hope that this video was useful. Do not spend a lot of your time being angry, really, because there is a very simple solution to that. I hope that this was useful again, and see you soon next week. Thank you for listening.